Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV on Thursday. No, sorry, got my days mixed up already. On Monday, it's Monday, only Monday, all mixed up. Monday the 30th of March. That's where I got my TH from. Monday the 30th of March. On this day, you can see Malcolm Allison back in 1973. He resigned as City manager with a pretty underwhelming record of played 43, won 14, drawn 12, lost 17. You remember Malcolm Allison was at City as coach with the legendary Joe Mercer as manager, and I think City won loads. Look, City won loads with those two in charge. In 3 years, we won 4 trophies. The league. Get everything wrong tonight. The league in '68, the Cup in '69, the League Cup, and the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1970. We were a very, very good team. If you saw the video last week with Lee, Bell, and Summerby. Wow, those 3 guys were around at that time. And if truth be told, we should have won more league titles. I think realistically, I think we should have had 3, to be honest. We let a couple slip. We were the best team going at that time. We managed to get to the League Cup final in '74. Won the and then this is after Mercer had gone because it's kind of a power struggle between Mercer and Allison towards the end. Allison took over, and Allison had a really bad run, and so he went on the 30th of March, and on the 31st of March he signed for Crystal Palace as their new manager. So as I said, we got to the League Cup final in '74, which we lost. Got to the final in '76, which we won with that wonderful overhead kick from Dennis Chua. But I think we did well in '77 and didn't miss out on the title by too much. We were going, we were trying to slide really. Heyday, you could argue, was like '68 to '70, '71 ish. Although we didn't win anything in '71, we were still a good team. Malcolm Allison, he came back in, was it '79, and he kind of tried to do it again, buy players that no one had heard of, sometimes pay far too much money for these players, and it didn't work second time around. It didn't work at all, and he ended up buying players that people hadn't heard much of, paid big money for, and they flopped. And when you're doing something like that, when you're spending big money, when you did it like the first time, buying people like Colin Bell, buying Franny Lee and Summerby, when we got them, we struggled to pay for them, but we got them. Unfortunately, when we did it when Allison did it the second time around, they ended up spending a lot of money on players that we struggled to afford, and we struggled to pay for afterwards because we'd shot our boat. We'd spent tons more money than we could really afford, and we didn't get the success off the back of it. So second time round on the big Mal, it didn't work at all, guys. There's no other way to put it. It was a pretty miserable feeling. But Malcolm Allison was a hugely flamboyant figure with his fedora hats, with his cigars. I can't repeat some of the stunts he pulled. But Malcolm Allison was front page well, I won't say front page, but he was a celebrity as well. He was a celebrity as well as a top coach. Hi, Bernard. Hey, nice to have you on board for a few minutes, Bernard. Bernard helping in his own way to help keep the country running. To be honest, anybody who's doing stuff, to help the country keep ticking along, whether they be working in shop or delivery drivers or our health professionals and police force and fire brigade and everything else, everybody who's keeping the country running, gotta thank you. And there's no getting away from that. You got them. I mean, we had the round of applause for the healthcare, for the NHS last weekend. But everybody who's helping to keep the NHS, not just the NHS, sorry, the country along, you've got to give them credit. You've got to thank them for their endeavours and their spirit, working through some really, obviously, it's really tough times. And thank you to Bernard. Just want that 10% discount at Morrison's now. But I heard Morrison's have done some good stuff. Someone said they're doing it for a tenner. I think they're doing a food basket, and people are saying it's very good, and they're very happy and are very pleased with the way Morrison's are supporting the country. And I think they put £10 million towards food banks when food banks are struggling at the moment. To even be open, I mean, that's obviously a problem. So yeah, what we're going to talk about tonight is not, once again, there's not a lot unless you go through the speculation rubbish, which I'm not that fussed about. Absolutely, Bernard. I've said it before, and that thing I did on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I read out the final bit. I think the world's going to change. We are going to change as people. Once they have, without delving into too much into politics, we've got to look after people. It's amazing how suddenly in this crisis we found space for homeless people, somewhere for them to give them a roof over their heads. We've managed to find it, and it's not, it's come out of thin air. How have we managed to do this now? When for years we've failed to do anything. How are we managing to find money for businesses to support them, not just to support big businesses and the banks this time, but to support smaller businesses, to support employees, and to support some of the self-employed. I think out of the 5 million self-employed, about 3.8 million have got some support last week. Me. My feeling is that the reasons behind it, I think I've made them political. You can't have 10 million people in the country revolting against the government. You just can't do it. You'll have anarchy. So yeah, we're going to talk. What we're going to talk about today. There's not, obviously, as I said, there's not a lot. We're going to talk about Jack Harrison, and Jack Harrison and Pep Guardiola. Some comments about that Pep said about coming back stronger. Now, Jack Harrison, do you want to know a little bit about Jack Harrison? Well, he's a City kid. I'm sure he's still a kid anymore, but he was at one of our sister clubs, and for a full season was at Leeds, and he's at Leeds again, and he's some of the Leeds fans are saying he's absolutely fantastic, and they think he's got a real shot at City. Yeah, he went to Middlesbrough on loan, I think, when he came to City from New York City. That didn't work, so he's at Leeds. I think Leeds wanted to buy him. I think £15 million last summer, which was, if Leeds had got promoted, they'd have bought him. But since they didn't get promoted, they chose to, and we agreed to let him stay on loan for another season. He's doing really well, and it looks like Leeds are almost to get there into the Premier League, and obviously we wait to see what happens. But he's had a decent season. He's played. He's figured in 37 championship matches. I'm here. I'm still here. Not power cut. I think I've added this Wi-Fi extend, and I think that's anyway. So Jack Harrison, I don't think he qualifies as homegrown. That's another reason why we didn't get him back, because we didn't have any space for him last summer. You know, we obviously Leroy Sané was injured. Possibly we could have got Jack Harrison back for them, but I think it was too late by then. So yeah, Jack Harrison. So he's doing all right. You know, definitely doing all right at Leeds. Leeds fans, as I said, I've spoken to like him. And so he was talking to the E-Post. He's lots of admiration for both managers. They both have a Hi guys, I'm back. I'm still here. It's not a power cut. I think it's using the wrong Wi-Fi. Sorry guys, I'm using the wrong Wi-Fi at home. I'm using the extender rather than the main one. The thing is, it's that extender. The extender's downstairs, so it's a weak signal when it comes back here. I'm here. Rather than my main box is in Attic along. So yes, I don't know. It might be my kids messing about. So anyway, Jack Harrison. I don't know what's going to happen with Jack. If he's not homegrown, we don't have a lot of space for non-homegrown, but he's worth 15. Well, this is the problem. We don't know what's going to happen to the transfer market going forwards. But he was worth 15 million quid. That's what City wanted for him. And as I said, I've talked many times about our academy and buying players in just to sell them on. And we make a lot of money. We make a lot of money from buying and selling players on. Let's move on quickly to what Pep's been saying before I lose the stream again and give up the ghost. So what's Pep been saying? Blinking terrible gremlins. I might disappear for a few. Seconds. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm going to rattle through this. I will get through this. So Pet's been talking about obviously the coronavirus issue. This guys. Let's do this quickly, guys. We missed football. We miss the life that we had a few days ago, but now is the time to listen, to follow our scientists, doctors, and nurses. You are my football family, and we are going to do everything possible to make you feel better. We'll come back from this stronger, better, kinder, and a little bit fatter. Stay inside, stay safe. And that's the message come as Man City have launched the new Citizens at Home website dedicated to providing fans with news, advice, and activities during these unprecedented times. They are unprecedented times, guys. It's obviously a tough time for everybody all over the world now. Lots of problems in many different countries. Fingers crossed for everybody, we'll get by. And if you do, anybody feels a little bit unwell, if you've got any of the civic, you can't do that. You can't sit at home and just self-isolate. At least speak to the doctor and get some advice, because what you don't want to do is get seriously ill and be sat at home seriously ill when you could be getting some, not medication, but if you need if you do need hospitalization, it's better to go before it's too late. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So, call your GP, call 111, get the advice if you are feeling any of the symptoms. I spoke to my GP today because I'm not well today. I think I've just got, we reckon, a normal bog standard, flu or virus, whatever, because my symptoms, I've only got one. So yeah, I'm just trying to be a bit more careful. But the doctor said if any other symptoms or it gets worse, then you've got to call 111. And the way it is, if you ask, if they'll check you or talk to you, and if they think you are needing hospitalization, then rather than you turning up at A&E and possibly infecting loads of people, if you have got it, they'll get you in through a special area, so it's protected. So the fewer the people you can pass this on to, obviously the better, and so they can check you out. But guys, it's going to be the end of the stream. It's been a bit gremlin-y today, a bit hit and miss. We've got a couple of history things coming out in the next 5 or 6 days, so keep an eye out for them. Some good stuff, obviously. Cole's been hard at work, so it's definitely good stuff. Guys, take care, look after yourselves, and if you're out working tonight, have a good night and work hard and look after yourselves. See you around, Blues. Take it easy.